Hey, little baby, how you doing? I'm just trying to get a Discord announcement up. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind this morning. So much going on. Josh, what is the name of the institutional fintech company? Is that the... I can't answer that. It's on a non-disclosure agreement. Is that the only liquidity provider? They're not a liquidity provider. They're a bridge provider. They have like over 100 liquidity providers on the bridge. We pick and choose who we want to use. Sometimes I drop some if they're sending off bad ticks. Most of the time they're all pretty fine. And what are their names? No one discloses that, man. Sorry, we can't disclose it. We've signed agreements that we're not allowed to do that. Practically every bank except for Citi and I think HSBC, those two are not on the pool, but we have some form of liquidity from pretty much everyone else. If you think of a name, we have it. For CFDs is a bit different because you have to use an exchange member liquidity provider. So we have 3 for the non-US indices, and we have like 25 for the US indices. And what happens is we send them the order and they clear on exchange. Sorry, my cat's here. I gotta move her. 1 second. Sorry. Market watch spread for indices. Okay. There it is. The market's taking quite a tumble today. So we're doing this stream today so that we can answer any questions because yesterday we didn't really do a Q&A with our live stream. So if anyone has any questions, happy to answer them. I'll be going for about an hour if the viewers have the questions. If things die down, then I'll switch off and get back to work. I'm just going to do this. What percent risk does MFF prefer their best traders use? Can't really say that. Some of the better traders aren't even using 1%, but some of the more profitable ones are using like 3%. So we can't have a preference because even the guys who trade at 0.5% risk can lose their account. But yeah, 1 second, I'm just making the announcement. What is the difference between dark pool and bank aggregate? Dark pool is usually a pool which is private money that wants a specific flow type. So the way that you would get a dark pool liquidity provider is that you go, this is my order flow that I have, and you show what order flow you have. Will you price us? And they'll say, yes, we'll price you at this price with this much volume attached to the click, right? So the same goes for every liquidity provider. If you have existing history of a trader or traders, you can go and shop that liquidity around. So I could go to a bank who provides this liquidity currently and say, hey, I want you to give me a guarantee of 10 million top of the book, and they will if they like the flow. If they don't like the flow, they won't give me that. So whether you have 1 or 100 liquidity providers, it doesn't matter. It depends more on what kind of order flow there is. If you're trading with really tight stops, no one wants that order flow, so you won't get this deep liquidity, and you'll likely end up getting your stops hit. What cryptocurrencies are available and how are the spreads? I believe our spreads are pretty good. We have BTC, ETH, LTC, and Dash. There's some spreads here. There's LTC and Dash. And BTC and ETH's up here. Let me move this across. And that didn't work, did it? I don't pay much attention to the spreads, to be very honest, so. Yeah, so BTC is like 20 bucks at the moment, 17 bucks spread. I'm gonna try and keep up with the chat, guys, because the chat's really busy, so I'm gonna try and keep up. Do MFF do wire transfer to Jamaica? Yes, we do, but some banks in Jamaica have a problem with it, but most work. We've had some problems, but usually when the money's sent back, we'll find another way to get you the money. Once MFF have new servers, can we have spreads for indices as low as FTMO? I don't know what their spreads are, so I can't answer that, but we're pretty close to as low as they can go on indices whilst executing at the exchange. Any plans to have bigger evaluation than 200K? No. Why don't you have a full-fledged hedging? Because if someone is on a live account and they hedge 50 times and then they violate the rules, to unhedge them and get rid of the trades, it is risky because you have to do it one at a time and the market could shift at that time. Why are there so many gaps on some charts like German 30 and UK 100? We don't have rolling 24-hour liquidity for our price feeds for those two pairs, so there's a gap in them. Do you offer payouts in USDT? Yes. Actually, we send USDC, but I believe you can send that to a USDT wallet. How does scale up work with evaluation mode? Do I have to pay extra for scale up? No, you don't. On our website, if you go to the evaluation rules, it says clearly that the rule for scaling up, if you reach a certain threshold, we'll scale you up 30%. Will the new server have fixed spread on, hold on. Will the new server have fixed spread on a XAU like the current one already has, and will the spread for XAU be the same if not better on the new server? I think gold will be a little better, but nothing is fixed in Forex. Like fixed spread, we don't do that. Our spread's pretty clear because it's aggregate, but no one fixes the spread, and no one who's properly executing fixes the spread. What is the most important rule in the MFF that you say people take too lightly? Daily drawdown. I got like 8 days left on phase 1. Do I message, email you guys before or after the 30 days? Like 2 days before is good. Why does it take so long to get our login details once paid? If it's taking more than 24 hours, please let us know. We'll get you the account, because usually there's like a tech problem from the email provider if that happens. Why can't you trade crypto 24/7? Because I can't work on weekends. Well, I already work on weekends, but I can't work a trading desk on weekends to make sure that things don't go wrong. And we have such little crypto volume that it doesn't justify actually servicing a full trade desk. At least yet, sorry. Can you explain more about drawdown rules? I'm trend trader who trails stop loss. Is it common for a trade to run 10% and stop me out for? If you are risking that much that your trade is up 10%, you need to lower your size, and you shouldn't give up 5% return. Banks beg for returns that big. What are your USD spreads? 0.2 is the average. How much commission being paid on crypto? I don't think any. I can check right now, right? Oh, it's $3 per lot. Can I scale up if I made 10% in the last month of the 4-month period? No, I think you have to have 3 profitable months. If I'm from Russia, can I work with MFF with crypto? Yes. Are you looking to buy or sell, sir? I'm not really looking at anything in the market at the moment. I kind of missed the move this morning. You ever think of removing the 10 trading days? We've addressed this 100 times. The answer is no, because it increases the number of losses that customers have. Do you do wire transfers to Tanzania? I don't know. I believe we can. It's not on any of the lists for embargoes or anything, so I should be able to, but I'm not 100% sure. What is the percent of people who pass the challenge and verification? Depends on the month. If the market's ranging, it's quite high. If the market is like today, where the market shifts pretty hard, it drops down to as low as 4 or 5%. Why can you not trade USD MXN? We'll be able to trade it in the near future. You should be able to trade it. USD a sec. Why was that taken off? We did have it because we used to have a bunch of traders trading it, so I'm gonna have to check why that was taken off, unless I missed it up here somewhere. I'll double check. It should be on there. Any Spanish projects coming soon, like trades, interviews? Yes, we're getting there. So we've just built our Spanish market, right? So our Spanish market is like a month old, and it kind of came really quickly. So we're working on it. We've hired staff. You know, we have 3 Spanish-speaking support staff now, and we're looking to go a little bit further. Hi, Calvin. Yes, I remember you. Is MFF a one-man company? No, we have about 70 now. Please get continuous quote for German 30. If not trade, so the analysis will be complete with continuous quote feed. So our German 30 feed is really a real feed because it's a futures feed. So I don't know. On the new server, we will have the continuous feed though. But I can't guarantee you the conditions outside of market time. I have to test a lot. So I don't take up your time. Where do you recommend to learn more about provider technology stacks that go into prop trading? There's nowhere for that, man. You're asking questions that are pretty closely guarded secrets, because if you just provide that information publicly, then everyone will do it, and it sort of gets rid of your competitive edge. And in prop space right now as well, I believe that we do have a competitive edge in the way that we execute trades. So I personally would never be giving that up publicly, that's for sure. Josh is yeah. Hey Dihang, good to see you. Any lot size limits or minimum stop loss required? Minimum stop loss required? No, there's a stop distance of 2 pips currently. New server I think will be 1 pip, but I have to test because like I personally have some bots that I can run on servers that have a 0 stop level, and I can print money on them. It's not real, it's not legitimate, but you can. So I will test and see how low I can go, but we'll see. Lot size limits, just per click, not per account. Probably 30 on Forex. That'll probably be the limit. It depends on what the top of the book is. We're already starting to see a little bit of slippage on some exotic pairs when a lot of people are trading them. So hopefully we can sort that out. MT5 will be in 45 days, Semi. It will be up and running in 45 days along with our automation, which will get rid of all the account delays and stuff like that. If I make 10% in a day and lose it all, did I break the daily rule? If it's the same day, no. But if it's the next day, yes. Will you be adding other currencies to trade with? You mean the MetaTrader balances? Yes, we're trying to add Euro. Most importantly, GBP probably wouldn't affect us much. But yeah, we will be definitely adding. Seb, if you have my email, you can mail me direct. Yes, but I'm not going to disclose my email here. I did that last time, and I got absolutely blasted with emails that our support team could answer, and I didn't need to answer them. I was just wondering why US indices close for 15 minutes from 4:15 to 4:30 on weekdays while market is still running. That's normal because the actual market is settling in those 15 minutes. And then it comes back to overnight market. So from 4:30 onwards, it's not actually the share market anymore. It becomes overnight market. If you get a lose on a live account without breaking any rules or drawdowns, what happens next? Nothing. You keep trading. 45 minutes. Yeah, so on Fridays, we're having some troubles with spreads after market. So when the market closes at 4 Eastern, overnight market providers keep widening the spreads, and we have a spread filter, so the feed will drop the minute that the spreads blow out. So it's kind of protecting people, but they can blow out pretty hard afterwards. If you're looking to hire Spanish staff, how can I apply? We're not at the moment because we just hired a bunch of people. When will 2 pips limitation be removed? Probably never, because it means people can manipulate our feed, and we won't allow that to happen. I'm trying to get it down to 1 pip, but that'll be like the bare minimum. Can't have crypto non-tradable. I can probably do that. I will take a look at it. I want to ask that. Suppose I managed to hit the target 800 like I did within first 7 days of trading, and now in the process to make 10 days. If I lose equity, what happens then? Then you haven't passed. You accept WireX payment. I have to look at that. Someone mentioned it yesterday in the chat. I think so. I think we can arrange it anyway. So, is MFF a profitable business as we speak? Yep. It could be more profitable, but it's very healthy. How long does it take to receive a payout if I choose to be paid with bank transfer? Depends where you're located. Let's say average 3 days. Hey Josh, can we merge an evaluation live account and a rapid account? No. No, you can't. There's a bunch of reasons why, but that's more of a Mertuza question. I'm not really involved in the rapid program, but on evaluation, no, you couldn't. But you can just use a trade copier. Will you add more commodities such as grains? Possibly. The problem with exotic commodities is liquidity, and our user base doesn't seem to understand liquidity well enough for us to offer super exotics like orange juice, for example, because, I mean, the best example is at rollover every night. We get like 100 messages about the spread going out, which is normal. So it's a bit problematic if we add exotics where the spreads and execution will always be questionable. Can we use Ctrader? Not yet. The Tradingview rollout seems to be delayed a little bit. We're going to roll it out with the new server and the automation. We just hired a big IT company to do that for us, whilst our IT team focuses on more immediate issues. I keep scrolling and it keeps kicking me down all the way down the list. I'm trying to keep up. If one evaluation account is 75 profit split, but another one is at 85 and you try to merge them, what will happen? If you merge them, it will go to the lowest profit split. So don't merge them until you have the same profit split. That's unless you're willing to give up the 5% or whatever. What's the percent of people who scale up all the way on accelerated accounts? And once you scale all the way, would you consider changing the split from 50 to say 70 at least? We have no one who has scaled all the way. The biggest so far was up to 300K. And unfortunately this morning they lost their account when gold moved. Changing the split is something we're discussing internally, probably after the 5th phase of accelerated. Can you explain the liquidity issues that cause slippage? Are we more likely to have slippage if we are using tight stop losses? No. So liquidity, when you get slippage, it means there's not enough liquidity and you get executed at the best possible price, right? That's what slippage is. So the price you requested isn't available, and then you get the next best price. With stop losses, especially in MetaTrader, they're market orders. So stop loss in MetaTrader would be considered an execute last order. They are not hunted. If people believe that you're stop hunted, they're not hunted. One problem with the tight stop gang that occurs is that their trade size gets bigger over time, right? So if you have a 5-lot trade, you won't have any problem. But if you have a 20-lot trade, you may start to see organic slippage on your execution, which means that your stop loss is more likely to be hit. And that's why if you trade with a 1 pip or a 2 pip stop loss, most likely when you get bigger, you will not be successful. What do we do once we passed phase 1? You email evaluation at myforexfunds.com and let them know, and they will get you your phase 2 details. In 45 days, that process will be automated. Do you have PayPal withdrawal? We removed PayPal because we had hundreds of issues last week with them, and it was PayPal's issues, not ours. Can I buy a valuation using bank from South Africa? I believe so. If you contact our support team on the website, they'll get you the bank details and you can do it that way. The spread on ETH and other cryptos besides BTC is not too good on ETH with a $5 spread per contract on a 100K account if I open up 25 contracts. Then I'm already down 125 plus $3 in commission per contract. Swap which would add up to over $200 just to open a position, which is almost 0.25% on the account. That's a liquidity problem. ETH doesn't have huge liquidity. Actually, it has a huge sell side liquidity, funnily enough, but not so much on the buy side. So it's hard. We work on it every day, but we have like no volume in ETH, and so it's hard for us to negotiate. The high end of the pass rate trend is about 20%. We had a month of that when it was ranging. Can you explain US30 size, pips, and rate? So it depends on the account you have in terms of the margin rate, if your leverage is different, but it's one contract is one lot, which means that it's essentially $1 per pip per one lot. In Forex, it is $10 per lot, right? Hey Gyonthard, 3 days there. 5 days went by since I requested the payout. It has been processed immediately after, and I still have not received the payment confirmation from MFF. Get in touch with our team, Mine Crypto, and we will look for you and see if we can find it. Will I get paid the refund through the same payment method which I used to pay the challenge fee? I think it comes how you request it and when you reach the profit split. If I do not withdraw my profits till the end of the third month on an evaluation live account, what percent get I paid for the first and second month? I think you have to do one withdrawal at 75. So my advice to everyone is always take your profits when they're due and take them, pay yourself. You know, maybe get another account if you plan on growing. But yeah, don't leave money in the account. I see people do that and then lose the account all the time, and it's sad. If you pass the evaluation a couple of days, are you allowed to trade micro lots? Yes. Was the 300 count on emphatic or conventional? Conventional. Hello, new here. Evaluation phase 1. Why some pairs are grayed out? We use them to weight the indices because the indices are in their respective currencies, but your account is in USD, so there has to be a conversion. So the best thing we can do, because we execute the trade, is put in grade symbols that do the conversion rate for us. On the new server though, we've found a fix for that, so you won't see that. Maybe there should be a lot size limit. Maybe, but then we'll lose most of our business. Can you please check the commission for NAS 100? There is no commission on NAS 100. If you have 10k profit but only want to withdraw 5k, is it possible? And will the percent split be calculated on the 5k? We've never had that request before, so we don't know how we would handle it, but I think we would be flexible on it. But again, I advise you to take all your profit. Will there be an opportunity to trade the accounts through Tradingview platform? Yes. When MetaTrader 5 is out, you will get it. Josh, what's your opinion on these smart money concepts? Get asked this question a lot. I think that the marketing talk about how institutions trade this way is bogus, but I think that the content of smart money is good. So you can use it definitely successfully. Do you have any traders you have formed a closer relationship with just due to their success and consistent withdrawals? A few. We have a few where we've sort of loosened up a little bit with them because of the way that they trade and the success. But there's very few, and there are some pretty strict parameters for us to do something like that because first of all, what we give them, we don't want the public to know because we don't want people to come and email us expecting it because it's not for everyone. An example would be that one of the traders that we make the most money from as a company, who has been with us for months, He was closing. He's an accelerated account. He was closing his trades for the weekend, and he contacted us and said, "Hey, is it all right if I hold them over the weekend?" And we took a deep dive into his trading and the margin requirements and all the other things that we calculate when we're talking about weekend margin for accelerated accounts, and he is allowed to. So that is an example. Does that mean that everyone will get to trade weekends? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't email us asking for it. If there is a time where you've been scaled up 5 or 6 times, by all means you can contact us, but if you just signed up, don't ask for it, please. Hey Josh, can you tell more about Tradingview? So the Tradingview platform will be on our website. You will be able to trade from it. We have started coding work on it. It's a little bit complicated and it's slow. It's slow in that it has to connect another connection to MetaTrader, then to the bridge, then to execution. So don't expect it to be like high frequency speed. It's impossible anyway because it's a web-based platform. So web-based is always slower anyway. Other than that, you'll have practically the premium Tradingview from our website that you can trade on. Why can't the first month be bi-weekly? Because then people who YOLO trade for 2 weeks will get rewarded for it, and we don't want that. We want someone who's going to be with us for a long time. Any plans for Ctrader? Yep. So after 45 days, when we have MetaTrader 5, MetaTrader 4, and Tradingview out, then we will start work on Ctrader. It should take about a month or 2 from there. So before the end of the year, we'll have it. So once again, when the MT5 accounts are due, and so Tradingview trading, can we change them from MT4 to MT5? Yes, we haven't figured out our migration changes yet, so we're going to figure out a system on that sort of thing. Most likely, changing accounts will be more available to live accounts than evaluation accounts. So when you reach live, or if you're on accelerated and you want to change, it'll be more accessible. However, all new evaluations will have the option, for sure. Will you have MFF tickers on TV? No. We will just have our own charts. Not on their website, it'll just be on ours, but our price feed will be in their charting. Is there a demo account available to test how orders are filled, etc.? Or do I have to try with 0.01 lot sizes? If you're on a demo, testing order fills is pointless because it's demo and there's unlimited liquidity. But I mean, it's hard to test order fills, I guess, really. You'd need a live account for that. Is there other means of withdrawal apart from Bitcoin for people from Nigeria? Working on it. I think we may have a bank solution, but I have to double check. Is there a way I can do a trial mode without paying like FTMO has? We're building it. In 45 days, you'll have it. What's the turnaround time for phase 2 to live account provisioning? I passed and I'm still waiting. If you've submitted your documents, it's usually about 24 hours. But it's usually 48 hours for us to process your documents in compliance. Do you have a wife or kids? If so, how are they doing? My family's doing fine. I am married, no kids, I have a cat. How will multiple positions show up on Tradingview, trading on the same pair? I don't know. To be honest, I do not know. I don't trade with Tradingview personally. I will have to double check and let you know. I'll probably put up a video demo of Tradingview when it's ready before launch, and I'll show you guys everything. And I'll give you more detail on it too. Do you plan on making the withdrawal process on accelerated more streamlined in the future? Kind of, sort of. Depends where you're from. I mean, international banking compliance is very problematic, and it requires a person in the middle. But we're looking at figuring out a way to get the information from customers faster in order to do the withdrawal quicker. That's probably as best as we can do whilst complying with international law. Do you have any restriction or what are the conditions for using copy? You can use copy trading, it's fine. Mailed eval and haven't received responses yet. Which docs are needed? So we have a contract and you'll need a photo ID and proof of address. If you jump on our live chat, let them know that you want to submit the documents for your live account, but you haven't received any information from evaluation, and we'll chase it up. I received the account and started trading in the middle of the month. Is there a way to swap withdrawal to the end of the month so it's monthly? If it's a live evaluation account, it switches to bi-weekly after the first month anyway, and then you can work out a timing with billing if you like. Can two accelerators be combined? No, because scaling is problematic. Why does your website say we don't directly solicit customers from Canada? Because we're not allowed to do paid marketing to Canada. Anyone who comes to us from Canada comes on their own volition. We don't solicit them. It's part of their financial services laws. What rule stops out most of the traders except daily drawdown, obviously? Well, you answered the question, really. Daily drawdown is the number one reason people... No, it's not the number one. Overall drawdown is number one. Daily is the one that we get the most arguments about. How are Wise fees compared to Skrill? They should be better. Please don't stop MT4. Well, we're not. We have both. So our MT4 server that we currently have is pretty much full. So we have to get another one. So we'll have both. I was sent an email to take retrial for my evaluation stage. I was asked to indicate my broker. Does it mean that the broker will pay me or it is still MFF that will handle the withdrawal? You were asked to indicate your broker. We only have accounts at our own server, like our broker, right? So we handle the withdrawals. Can I combine 2 times 200K valuation in one account after completing phase 2? You can only have 300K per account, but you can have 2 300K accounts and trade copy. That's for liquidity reasons. If you had a 600K account, your trade size would be too big to fill and you get all sorts of problems. On accelerated, if you make 10% in one day and then you fall 10% the next day, you fail. No, you don't fail. In accelerated, you don't fail because there's no daily limit. For drawdown, there's only an overall drawdown. Can you please explain the position sizing at us? Can you ask the question again? I don't quite understand. On a funded account, 100K is $500 and you're to make 10% and risk 10%. Is it not better to deposit $500 and double it? Are you're talking about accelerated? So with accelerated, the benefit is that you can scale the account whilst getting paid, right? When you compound your $500, you're not getting paid. I think that would be the better difference. That's my version of it anyway. What bank in Jamaica works best for wire transfer? I should know this because I'm married to a Jamaican, but I don't. I do know that we've had problems with the smaller banks and no problems with the big banks. So pick one of your big ones and you should be fine. When are you launching MT5? In 45 days. Can you please explain US position sizing at your chart? Like, is 1 point is equal to 10 pips and one lot is equal to $1? Okay, so on index CFDs, it is one lot equals $1 per point. On FX is one lot equals $10 per pip. So That's the difference. I'm going to try and keep it that way as well on the new server, but it might be a little bit different. Do you have any restriction, or what are the conditions for using? We don't have any restriction for that. You can use copy trading so long as you're copying your own trades. Try not to copy other people. I'm back after a long time. Yeah, I was on vacation. I had a bit of a rest, and now I'm back, and hopefully you'll see more of me and others too. Wagwan, Duchess. No time limit is the best. If a live account violates the rule, where should the rest start from? Phase 2? Depends what rule. So we have restarted some people in phase 2 when they've violated in profit, but if you violate the rules and you're in loss, then no, we have to start from the beginning. Are the fees increasing up to 45 days? No. Are payouts based on closed trades or equity at the time of request? It would be equity at the time of request. Which part of Jamaica is your wife from? I actually don't know. Somewhere in the village somewhere. I don't know. They've been in Jamaica for like 20 years. Not Jamaica, United States for 20 years. So I'm losing the chat. Hold on. As an example, if you did 20% on an accelerated account, could you move up 2 levels at once? No, we only allow scaling one time. One time per pay period. So if you scale 1 week, you can scale the next week and then the next week. When will the min stop distance be reduced to 1 pip? I haven't guaranteed it, but I'm trying to do it in the 45 days when we come up with MT5. Is the bonus payout for completing phase 1 and 2 still going? Yes. Josh, if you're to be on this challenge on the 100K, how much would you risk daily and how much would you risk per trade? I have passed many with about a 1.5% risk. Daily 3% max, two lost trades, and that's it. I don't do any more. For the people who watched my MFF versus Trader thing, I did pass, and I think I averaged about 1.5% risk, but for 3 days I was down pretty bad. Can you hold a position in weekdays like Monday to Friday? Yep. Can I change to MT5 during the evaluation process from MT4? If you're in the evaluation process right now, you will be out of it by the time you reach MT5. So you can get a new one, or you can migrate your live account if you passed to MT5. Can you please define point and pip difference at US 30? Well, on CFDs, I call them points because each dollar is a point and pip is a decimal. That's why. You skipped my question. Okay, let me find it. Could I receive money by bank transfer? I'm in Nigeria. I'm not 100% sure. I have to check because we have a bunch of new providers now who can do wires. We have to check. And then I will even make an announcement in Discord if it is possible. I will make sure that I check, and I will post in Discord. You mentioned liquidity issues on if we have, say, 400K account as position size too big. How do we then manage a 2 million account eventually? So if you reach a $2 million account, we have enough trading history from you to go and find you a selected feed just for you so that your execution is flawless. If you just pass 3 evaluations and then go, hey, combine them to make 600K, we don't know what kind of trading you're going to do. So no one's going to give us preferential treatment for liquidity. So that's the difference. Is evaluation paid per anniversary or a certain date of the month? It's your anniversary, I guess you could call it. Yeah. How long have you been trading for, and do you have any tips for newer traders? I have been trading for about 17 years as a broker and a trader, and institutionally as well. Any tips for newer traders? Don't use your daily drawdown as a stop loss and don't go anywhere near it. I think that's the best tip I can give. It's not a stop loss. People shouldn't be hitting it. If you hit overall, it's understandable, but if you're hitting daily, you're making a mistake with risk. That's just the way it is. One more cue. Why don't traders that make it to live account get rewarded with another challenge for free? I'd prefer them to focus on their live account, but I mean, that's something we could think about. Can we be kicked out if we didn't make the 8% in real account in 1 month? We don't have targets in the real accounts, so no, you won't be kicked out. Can I change to MT5? I think I answered that, right? MT5 is not until 45 days, so if you have an evaluation now, you probably won't be in the evaluation. What percentage of evals fail? It depends on the market. If the market's ranging, then a lot of people pass. If it's not ranging, then few people pass. Let's say on average it's like 93% fail on average, and that's for the life of our company. Other companies might have more up-to-date data. Hey Josh, I think Wise is the best for South Asian countries. Happy to MFF use Wise for bank wires. Thanks, Arindo. It's good to see you here, man. You should get a Wise account for yourself too. I think Wise are a good service. Can I scale up every week if I meet target on accelerated account? Yes. Does your company have an issue with receiving payout via Wise during this day? We had an issue a few days ago, but we don't have an issue right now. Skip mine too, Ta. Did I miss yours too? Repeat your question, please, Candice. Can you the spreads of gold? I think all those pairs are up here that you're looking for. Have a look there. How many 200K accounts can I get with MFF? You can have 3 200K accounts on live. Can I do wire transfer for USA for payout? Yes. TG server not copy trade, some update. I don't understand. If you go to our support and let them know, I can check it for you. They'll bring it to me, but you'll need more details. What is a good risk percent if you want to trade for MFF? It's up to you. I can't tell you how to trade, but I will say that don't go near the daily. On a real account, if I don't open any position for a month, will I lose the account? No, if you let us know before you do it. If you let us know that you're taking a break for a month, that's fine. If you just disappear for a month without saying anything, then we'll have some questions for you, that at the very least. How do taxes work with trading for MFF? Do you send the paperwork to us at tax season, or can we request it? Your taxes are your responsibility. We can't do taxation for the 168 countries that we service. That would be quite a enormous effort from us and very expensive. So you'll have to just, when you invoice us for your payout, you can use that invoice with an accountant and they can arrange your taxes for you. What is the most months in a row a live trader has been in overall drawdown? Oh, I don't actually know. Most people who go negative burn the account pretty quick. I think there is a profitable guy who's kind of sitting in a drawdown now, but nothing serious. What if funded account 10K already over 495? If drawdown 500, account burn first month of funded. If it's the same day, no, I think the account would be fine. Unless it's, no, the account would be fine in that case, Surya. Can I change my account from dollars to GBP, or is it only in USD? At the moment it's only USD, but we are looking to change that. Should you stop trading when requesting a payout? It's better if you do. It's better if you do, but you don't have to. We can figure it out, but it's better if you do. If you have a lot of open trades, don't ask for a payout until you've closed them, because you could trigger a drawdown problem. Sorry, Josh, last one. Can I use a family member's bank account for live payouts if they live in another country? I think that would be okay, but we would need the proof of identity of that family member. Can we expect in future Skrill in payment method? We're trying. Skrill is very difficult because we would have to get legal compliance in every country that we service, and that is very expensive, so we're working that out. If you get 1% loss on 12 different days but with profit in between, is it a total loss violation? No. On the accelerated, which are people more successful with, Con or M? The better traders on accelerated, funnily enough, are using the conventional, but the most profit we've paid out is on emphatic. Take a glass of water, man. Yeah, I know, I'm like motor mouth right now. What is the highest payout you've given? We just did it. It was 27 grand. We did it 2 days ago. But we also had like a 22 or 22 and a 23, I think, and a bunch of 15s. Like we paid out a lot of money this weekend, which is great. Did I attend the Josh party? No, I didn't. I heard about it and I saw the videos on Reddit, so you know, it looked like a great time, but I didn't. I just got access to my evaluation. I'm watching duplicated pairs on it, some with bigger spread than the others. Why is that? Those pairs are not tradable. They are, in order to convert the indices like German 30 and UK 100 to dollars. The bigger spread is basically to deter you from touching them. They're not tradable though. They should be grayed out. So just use the ones with the dots after it. Hey John, I think I answered you. At the moment, we don't have GBP accounts, but we are trying to do it in the future. Skrill is where Skrill's good, but you know, they're very compliant and it's very problematic if you're not in Europe. I signed up for the MFFS Trader comp. It's a fresh eval. Can I trade this week or wait till next week? Wait till next week, please. I'm bummed to learn that MFFS Trader doesn't allow weekends. I wanted to compete, but weekends is part of my strategy. If you're kind, I might be able to change that rule. Maybe. But that means that I'm going to watch your account and I'm going to make sure that you don't have like 150 lots open on the weekend. Yeah, I know. Up above there's construction going on, I think. I don't know what's going on above me. Every now and then they bang. Is there a minimum time you have to keep a trade open? No. Obviously, we don't allow arbitrage, but there's no limited time. Will you work with Skrill in Europe? Working on it. It's actually painful because when I used Skrill when I was a broker, it was very easy to get it, but now it's like problematic. On Accelerate, if I make 1%, take my profit split, do I have to make 10% or 9%? 9%. So it's compounded earning in terms of your scaling, but you can still get paid. It's fine. Yeah, they want to bang upstairs again. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to take 5 more questions before the banging gets louder, and then I'm going to thank you all for coming and move on because it's just going to get worse. Yeah, I don't even know what they're doing up there. Someone lives there, so I don't know. Is it possible to receive money using Zeb Pay Crypto? Well, it should be if you have a crypto address. Is it better to transfer to Bitcoin or bank in terms of fees? It depends on the amount. Crypto's usually cheaper, but not always. we are improving the dashboard. So in 45 days, you will see an improved dashboard. First, it'll be improved image-wise and a bit of functionality, and then it will get more features. So the features are gonna be pretty in-depth, and they will come from a bunch of sources in terms of the idea of what type of features. But yeah, we're doing a lot with it at the moment. Like, my days are filled with dashboard stuff right now. How often do you do these lives? I think I'm gonna do them every week now. We're trying to get into a habit. It's just about workload. So we keep hiring more people, and as we hire, we grow, and we get behind again, and it's becoming a bit worrisome. But once we do get the automation out in 45 days, then we'll have a huge army of staff. So then I can sit down and focus on making sure that we're in front of you guys all the time to talk and answer questions and everything like that. Why most of the traders fail? What's your opinion? Most of the traders that fail don't have stop losses. Like, it's pretty simple. They even some of the successful ones, they're only successful because they don't have stop losses, and then when the market moves, they lose the account. Like, it's a bit of a lucky game in terms of that. Some live trade. Yeah, I can do some live trade. I have this strategy that I wanted to do publicly as well, that I've been sort of working on. It's not really an accuracy strategy. It's more about market and statistics. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of things. Why is there a cap of 30 lots per order? Because there's 30 lots of liquidity available at one time. If you hit the click twice, then you can have 60 lots. The reason is to stop slippage problems, because I'd much rather you have 2 30 lot trades with no slippage than 1 60 lot with big slippage. It's just the way the market works when someone's executing your trades. I can get bigger if I have like a good decent amount of trading history from you. I can get bigger clicks for you, but right now that's the baseline stop, and 30 lots is pretty big anyway. Yeah, we'll be adding all sorts of statistics and visuals and a whole bunch of things. Even we'll probably have a Sharpe ratio in there. When does the evaluation day start? It starts from the first trade. Who else noticed that anything less than 50K is a waste of time? Well, it depends on the person, but my argument would be that 50K is enough to earn a living without risking the world. Ctrader will be available towards the end of the year. Any updates on wire transfer to Nigeria? Not yet. I'm going to make an announcement when I have the information, and I'll make an announcement on Discord, right? Okay, guys, I'm going to say thank you because I can hear banging is going to start again, and I have work to do. I will try and do this. We will have some videos coming out shortly too on YouTube, so if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Yeah, and thanks for tuning in. It was great to see everyone, and a lot of familiar faces too, which is awesome. So good luck with your trading this week, and I'll see you again next week or the next podcast or the next stream.